Hail and well met, and welcome everyone to our stream. This is Severed Threads, and I am so happy to be back on the Twitch and YouTube and whatever streaming platform we have. Good to see you all. I am MeDM, Mr. Eager DM. I'm quite happy that we're all here with these amazing people. Some you may recognize from many, many years ago when we did some streaming, but old faces, new faces, new faces, old faces. I know I speak for everyone when I say we're excited to begin. This group has been participating in a campaign that I've been running called Severed Threads, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And so we've started streaming for your amusement and amazement. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you very, very much to our amazing sponsors, Storytellers Forge and Dia Morte. They are the ones directly responsible for what you are seeing before you, and we thank them most humbly. I'm going to introduce our players, allow them to introduce themselves. And please, players, if you have anything interesting going on in your lives, announce it for everyone to see so that they can be informed of the great things that you are doing in your wonderfully nerdy lives. Let us begin with Samus Haddad.
Hi, my name is Samus. I'm an opera singer by trade and a nonprofit fundraiser. I'm part of a fantastic podcast called Echoes of Kryn, which I highly recommend you check out. Another wonderful live play experience full of awesome mayhem and chaos, run by our favorite DM, MEDM. And looking forward to me.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. And if you want to know more about Echoes of Kryn, you can check it out at echoesofkryn.com. There's a great actual play that we do that takes place in the land of Dragonlance. Soku.
Hi, I am Soku. I am playing Dusk, and if you want to see what I'm working on World of Tanks. Check me out. Check the game out. It's great.
World of Tanks. Very grateful game. Haha. Good night, everybody. Next we have...
Good morning, good night.
Next we have the wonderful Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I am playing Dawn, and I am a mom of a very chaotic small child and an accountant. I do nothing else on the internet, but in my free time, I also play a lot of D&D with MeDM.
Yep.
So,
yes, indeed, lots of D&D in this
lots of
particular
D&D.
group. And now moving down the line to Tess.
My name is Tess. I am a professional Shakespeare actor, and I run the Ohio Shakespeare Festival in, you guessed it, Ohio. We just finished performing Much Ado About Nothing. We're about to put a solo up. I am also a mom of 2 little girls who are the best thing ever and also trying to kill me. And I'm currently romancing Gale, but next up will be Astarion.
Very nice.
It's like,
Good choices.
Very nice, of
Good
course.
choices.
You can definitely talk about. So you could definitely tell a lot about a person about who they romance in that particular game.
Today we were running some errands, and there was a person in front that had Astarion approves their bumper sticker, and I pulled up next to them and I was like, "Who are you romancing?" And she was like, "Astarion, obviously." We're best friends now.
Very nice. And I don't know, am I forgetting anybody? Anybody of particular significance?
Nah, we're good.
Yeah, all right. Ryan, if you'd be so kind.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm a Pisces. I've romanced Lazelle. Let's see. I am a fight director and leather worker. I have a shop on Etsy called Buckle and Rose. I work for the Ohio Shakespeare Festival, and I also help parent the 2 beautiful gremlin daughters with Tess. So, yeah, very fortunate to be doing what I love and to be here with a group of people who I love. So, let's roll some dice.
Fantastic. And as I said, I am MEDM. My name is actually Sean. I'm very happy to be here, and I have all kinds of projects. I run many D&D games. You can check out my Discord, Medium Rare. if you're interested in becoming a player of mine, let's chat. Speaking of Discord, you can also check out Storytellers Forge on Discord. They have a wide variety of projects and irons in the fire themselves, including the Red Opera and other things that perhaps I'll explain later. A surprise for our players that I don't know they're really aware about. But I wanted to remind my players and those of you watching that this is a rough game of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Death can happen. Think about other systems like Rifts or some of the World of Darkness or Call of Cthulhu, any of these highly deadly games. Just want to put that out there so that everybody understands the stakes. But all that said, I think there is nothing left but to dive in and resume where we left off. Players, I extend my hand inviting you to step with me into fantasy. Release your hold on that which you know to be true, and let imagination rule for the next few hours. Last time on Severed Threads, the adventurers, at the behest of Lord Daggalt Neverember, have ventured into the catacombs beneath Castle Never in the city of Neverwinter, the city of skilled hands. They hope to retrieve the crown of Alangandar, a priceless heirloom of the Alangandar line that can help those who possess it to know who in fact is an heir to the throne. After traveling through a disgusting, slimy, and trap-ridden dungeon, going past the corpses and skeletons of those who have come before you and failed in their attempt, you came to a wide open cavern flooded with stagnant seawater. There, on a pedestal, stood the crown, but as you reached for it, the air was rent with a shriek, and the water below you bubbled up with a putrid froth as rising up from the depths of this underground lake was a horrible aberration that came to try to kill you. And that is where we left off. Let us move into that map now, and my friends, as you know, it is time to roll initiative.
I hate it already.
I want to use my Feywild dice. Come
Why is
on.
everything we do putrid?
I do like that adjective quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's how we started. It's how we'll keep going, I suppose.
Dusk, I will roll for Hugo, your current zombie.
Yeah. What are we up to? 12 O's on that? Is it 13 now?
I extended the H's on
It's
this
the
particular
H's
one.
that we're extending
Oh,
on
that's
this one.
right. That's right.
So, would you be so kind as to call out the initiatives that you have rolled? Starting with Thaddeus.
13 for Thaddeus the Wolf.
13 for Thaddeus the Wolf. Very good. Next up, we have Dawn.
22 for Dawn. You know,
22
good
for
use of a
Dawn.
natural 20.
Well,
Oh,
hope it bodes well for the night.
Ooh.
Win!
A 19 for win.
A 19. Alrighty.
The paladin.
And last but not least, Jack.
What kind of you to remember? It's going to be 12. For
12.
Yuck.
Alrighty. Indeed. And let's get a good look at this aboleth, shall we? Because an aboleth is indeed what it is.
Yeah, it's putrid.
Allow me to
Yeah.
describe it in depth for you, if you don't mind. Set the scene. In the middle of the skull of this creature, there are 3 blazing red eyes that rise up one over the top of each other. Its mouth is like a lamprey's mouth, just a large circle with teeth, razor-sharp teeth, extending several layers back into its throat. And it has this slippery, pale-looking flesh, and looks like sort of halfway between an eel and a malformed lump of clay. There are fins swaying around on its back and long tentacles moving around. This is a creature of bizarre origin. You've never seen anything like it. There is a powerful tail extending from behind it. It's flexing and flicking as it swims up and moves through the water. The air around it seems to quiver with some sort of invisible power just sort of radiating out from it.
Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. And I'm glad you hate it, because it hates you too. Let us begin at the top of the order. We have Dawn with a 22.
Is this thing on top of the water currently?
It is in the water. There's enough of it up on the surface of the water that you can target.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a second, hold my holy symbol around my neck, take a deep, calming breath, and then let out the loudest, harshest scream like I'm losing my voice completely as a spectral version of my face just explodes from my body and heads towards the creature, and I'm casting Phantasmal Killer.
Phantasmal Killer. I am rolling a saving throw against that, I believe.
Yes, Wisdom.
A wisdom save. The roll has been made. It is a 24. I believe that succeeds.
That does succeed.
Alrighty. That is your action, Dawn. Anything else?
Shit, and I'm just going to back up.
Alrighty. That's going to bring us to win.
How deep is the water?
An excellent question. So the area that extends out around this pond in the middle of this lake is underwater, and as such, it is difficult terrain. The dry land, which is towards the right of the map, is not.
So, but I could approach it and not be literally swimming in the deep end of the pool?
It
or-
depends. You can see where the water is around here. That is water. If you jump off of where you currently are, that is water. You are in the water, and as such, you are moving at difficult terrain, and you have the potential to sink. This area over here is all difficult terrain. It is under the water, but it is shallow enough that you can still move through it without danger of... You're not technically swimming.
Fine. All right. I'm gonna try something that's not gonna work. Watch me do it.
I love the confidence.
I'm going to back up.
I'm going to give you a friendly DM's sort of, you might notice something. This is a large creature. It's a huge creature, in fact, with tentacles that extend far out, whipping back and forth, frothing up the water. It covers an area quite wide with its deadly intent.
So potentially, if I approached to here-ish, I could use my melee weapon.
Well, you need to be... in order to use your melee weapon with your reach of 5 feet, you need to be within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, the tentacles aren't outside of that
Correct.
area. Okay.
Well,
I'm still going to do what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I backed up a bit.
You backed up again. As you back up, it does use its tentacle to reach out and smack you. And
Even though
using
I
its
wasn't
reaction to...
5 feet?
it has a range of able to hit you, I should say. A 22 to hit you. That's tentacle.
Hits. Armor class 20.
Alrighty, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I hate that.
Save.
Come on, con save.
Get out of here, customization.
Yes, you con. Yes, you con.
What's that roll?
Oh my goodness.
50 million.
Defining it for me. I'm so
You
sorry.
can roll with your dice if you need.
Alright. Shit.
6.
9.
Your con save is +5, I believe, so it's an 11, correct?
Yes, sorry.
All right, so an 11 does not succeed. As this thing smacks against you, you feel the tentacle wrap around your neck, and the mucus on it sort of, instead of laying on your skin, actually absorbs into your skin. There's an itchiness to it, and you feel your body seize up in revolt. However, as a paladin, I do believe you are immune to diseases.
Yes.
You are not affected by whatever has just happened.
Oh. Just having a mini panic attack over here.
I
was like-
felt how gross it was going to be, shuddered, and was super glad I was a paladin.
Indeed. So that is Wynn's action move, I should say. You still have to take your action. What do you do?
Yes. So,
Who are you a paladin of? Our listeners and watchers wish to know.
my paladin oath is to preserve life at all costs, and unless the thing that I am attacking is doing the opposite.
Unless it's the life of this mother.
Yeah,
Right here.
unless it's who you are. So if something has proven that it is perfectly happy taking life, then I am perfectly happy to return the favor.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to cast Command.
Command. Alrighty.
And I would like it to, I think I'm going to regret this, approach.
Okay.
What? What?
Well, I think if I do grovel, it's just going to go into the water, and I don't want that.
Alrighty. So you command the Elder One to approach. This is a wisdom save again, I believe.
Yes, 15.
I have rolled a 23. This creature is not impressed
Oh my
by your
God.
commanding tone.
Well,
Just like
my
most elder
voice
ones.
echoes in the biggest, mom voice you can imagine, but as if 100 moms all at once were saying it, and then just like a toddler, that little piece of shit looks at me and then does it slower. The opposite of what I'm telling it to do.
Indeed.
Oh, no.
Feel that
The
it's so
gaze of this creature does find you, Wynn. And as it does, you all hear a voice in your heads, but it is mostly directed at you. It says, You dare. I am above you on a scale you cannot hope to understand. Allow me to show you. I need a wisdom save from
No.
believe in you.
Come on.
Oh no.
a 7. This creature's
shit,
alien mind finds yours, begins to sift through your memories, takes away your sense of self, one memory at a time, and replaces it with its own will. You are now a puppet of this creature. That
It is a
is.
toddler.
Oh, the truth
truer
hurts.
words.
Indeed. Okay, that is the Elder One's turn. That is going to bring
Welcome
us
to
to
the fight,
Thaddeus.
bitch.
I did say this wasn't going to work, so
I don't have any kids, so I'm immune to this creature's powers, right? Is that what
think
we've
that.
decided?
You think that?
All right. So Thaddeus the wolf. I think I would like to make a leap to this little protruding column over here and meander closer to it. Does that look like a jump I wouldn't have to make a roll for? As a very agile.
All of
Terrain.
the area between here and there is difficult terrain. You are welcome to make a jump. The rules for jump are, of course, if you have a 10-foot run up. For a long jump, you can jump up to your strength score. And if you don't have that run up, then you can jump half of your strength score.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work for me.
Then you should probably
okay.
just.
The water then here is difficult terrain, but you said shallow enough that it's
Shallow enough that you can. Yeah, you're not in a. You can't swim per se in this water, but it does impede your movement.
Okay. In that case, I am going to use my movement speed to walk up to the creature here. And you're going to see my fur flash from my facial markings all the way down to my tail. And I'm going to cast Eldritch Maul from my tattoo, granting my weapon some additional reach. And you're going to see me flick my tail back and forth and growl very low. And with one rapid flick, a flash of blue light emerges from the end of my tail, streaks up my body, and goes out through my fangs as I make a whip attack against this aboleth.
Alrighty.
And after that description, it better be awesome. Okay. That is a 20 to hit.
A 20 is a hit as your psychic whip moves out and across the air. Actually, it's not psychic whip. That's actually a spell, so it's not a psychic whip. It is a literal whip made of energy that could probably be mistaken for psychic whip. But we both know that's not the case because you are what exactly?
I am. Wait. What, I'm a wolf?
A wolf, but what class, I guess, was the question.
I'm an arcane trickster rogue.
Right.
Wolf.
Yes,
Wolf class.
this wolf, the
Wolf
party,
class.
the party has seen this wolf has definitely come to understand that he's far more than just a simple wolf. But there are many questions that still abound about his exact nature. However, that is a hit. 8 points of slashing and 14 on the sneak attack is what I'm seeing here.
My understanding is that I would not get sneak attack on this first attack because I was not hiding, and it is not. Well, it is engaged with wind, so.
But she's not within 5 feet. So
And
you're
she's
right.
not
It's
a
only
enemy
the 8.
anymore.
But is it 5 feet as in being engaged with another?
No, she has to be within 5 feet.
She has to
of
be
the
within
creature,
5
yes.
feet. Okay, well then just 8. And
So just 8.
in that case, I am going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to hide under the water's surface.
Very nice. Down you go. In the water. The water is unnaturally warm. And you can feel things moving against you. As you look in the water, it seems to be just normal water, but you could swear that there are things in the water, slimy tendrils of mucus that are moving against your fur.
And that's why I'm holding my breath. That's a 33 on stealth.
That's pretty stealthy.
Yeah.
Everybody loses sight of Thaddeus Beowulf. That is going to be the end of your turn. That's going to bring us to Hugo, Dusk's current pet.
Hugo, just
A zombie, I should say.
yes. Just get on the lower platform and stay there.
Right. So Hugo steps forward to. You want him to go in the area that Thaddeus
Right
went?
there.
Right there.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. Moves 15 feet down into the water. That's
all
it?
for
You
now.
want him to take the dodge action or anything like that?
Sure.
All right. Hugo puts up his hands and is dodging to the best of his zombie ability. That is going to bring us to Jack. Jack, what are you?
It is pronounced Jake.
Sure
see
thing, Jake.
before you, a most debonair, ever so slight, tiny pixie fay, which is fantastic hair. Obviously, the bard of the party, just because he is the party. You see him flitting about the space in this, just gothic David Bowie-esque garb, and as he sort of flits around, he's like, "Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad." Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And so he's gonna say, he flies up, and his eyes roll back in his head. They turn black, and he's just like, "I summon Dolphin Destruction," as he conjures animals.
Oh, God.
and summons 8 dolphins.
Oh, man, come on. Are you kidding me?
That is an obscene amount of dolphins.
Dolphin
I'm
swarm.
totally here for this.
8 jet black dolphins suddenly
Hell
emerge
yeah.
into the water.
I amazingly, I don't have a dolphin token prepared.
Yeah, I knew it. I
How
was like,
dare
okay.
you?
That's
Send
the
surprise
goal of
dolphins.
conjure animals is to
Yes,
pick an animal
yeah.
the DM does not have.
Could I persuade you to accept an orca token?
I will happily
I
accept
love that you have
an
an
orca token.
Thank you
Orca.
very much.
Yeah, if you
real quick, do you have the stats of the dolphin up for you? A reference?
I absolutely have the
Fantastic. A medium-sized creature?
It is a medium-sized creature.
How many
yes.
of them are there?
There are 8. I was
8?
only allowed to summon 8.
Only.
Oh, God.
We're gonna nip this thing to death.
So
This whole thing is just gonna be full of orcas. It's just a pile of orcas and the aboleth on top of it.
It's literally just Flipper flipping out. It's just. Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
think we've-
4, 5, 6. One more.
It's a fish eat fish
Oh my
world, you
God.
guys.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
There they are. You are concentrating on summon
Yeah.
orca.
And as I,
Summon dolphin,
so
I should say.
I'm gonna so I've summoned the dolphins. I'm gonna pull myself back and sort of up and away from this, so I can just sort of watch this hell unleash.
Okay.
And so then my plan is so the dolphins, if they move at least 30 feet straight towards the target and then hit it with their slam attack on the same turn, they get to do an extra. It's a charge essentially. So
Well, that being the case, would you like to summon them further away from the
that
target?
was my hope. Literally, like
Of
I
course.
wanted them to be just like a wave of dolphins.
Yeah,
kind of
I
coming at
gotcha.
this point.
All right,
So they can certainly, you can put them in their ending position if you wish, DM.
all right. So,
So
yeah, good
the
point.
idea
Yeah,
is
so they
just a
come
battalion of yeah.
diving over each other
Like,
as
Just-
one after
just
another
cat,
just
like, flashing the air is like
moves to the. All right.
Godspeed, Dolphin Division.
God.
It's my favorite thing.
All righty.
Yeah. So
Great.
I guess-
Dolphins.
I'll roll for these dolphins.
Please
now,
do.
if you
Yes, all 8 of them.
will. All 8 of them. Goodness gracious. All right. So let's see here. First 4 is going to be that is a 15.
A 15 does not hit. There is
Okay.
the skin of this creature is very thick, and also it has a shiny, slimy, snotty mucus that is
Love it.
covering the entire surface of it. And so, as the the dolphin hits it with its nose, it squeezes right off of it.
Brilliant. All right. What
I
about a
need
dirty
that.
20?
Say again. A dirty 20.
What about a dirty 20?
That dirty 20 hits.
Dirty 20 hits. Okay. So that in the first wave, only one of the dolphins hit.
Okay.
And then in the second wave, see, I got there's a 24 in there. That hit. What about, was a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
All right. So then I have only 2 of the dolphins hit out of the 8. It's all right, boys. You're doing your absolute best for God and for country. All right, then. So having done their charge attack, they're going to go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 2 for their damage.
Thank you.
So first dolphin is going to roll 5 plus 2 is 7. Second dolphin's going to roll 6 plus 2 is 8.
So a
So,
total of 15 damage.
A total of 15 damage with all of my 8 dolphins currently encircling the aboleth.
Well, there is a penalty for attacking the aboleth up close. However, it has absolutely no bearing on these. Actually, no. It would on dolphins. I need the 2 dolphins that hit to roll Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
Let's be precise here.
All right. No,
Don't you dare touch these dolphins.
yeah, it's just like
Beautiful
Now,
creatures.
for those of you at home who are currently wondering, by God, how could Yak do this? Keep in mind that these are just fey projections of dolphins, and that no dolphins were actually hurt.
No.
during the
No.
making.
In this game, all these dolphins will be hurt forever, and they will curse you and your
How?
family for all eternity.
Yeah,
Dare
if
you.
I die, the dolphins will be waiting for me in hell. Yeah, I love it. All right, so I got a 19 on one con save
A success.
and a 14 on the other con save.
Both of them succeed.
Oh,
Very
Go
good.
Dolphins!
Dolphin Division.
Serious faces. Jack, anything else?
Yes, to my mind, I want you all to imagine each of the dolphins has like the emo comb over.
It's important.
So,
It's important.
Why did I ask?
It's important.
It's very
It's an important aspect
Very
of the Dolphins.
Okay. The dolphins have hair?
oh, absolutely.
These do,
Okay.
yeah.
Lovely.
Are they
They're
pink? It's
jet
pink
black
hair.
with just
Oh.
an emo comb over.
You're done. Your turn is
Yeah.
over. Dusk.
You lost your next turn.
Oh, God.
And somehow, Jock was dropped from the stream. It's just,
Why is it that all of our most stressful situations always have something to do with slime? I am going
Slime is
to.
stressful.
because we find
Cast-
ourselves in a lot of sticky situations.
Turn is over, Ryan.
I'm going to cast Divine Wrath.
Divine Wrath. So really who's watching, Dusk is a class that you may not be familiar with. She is called a Godless, and there will be more on that later. But suffice to say that she has powers and abilities that you may not have ever seen before. Go ahead, Dusk.
I am going to hold my neck and let out a as a projectile shoots out from her neck of a spirit towards the aboleth?
The creature.
And the creature. The gross creature.
What sort of damage is it?
It is necrotic.
Necrotic damage. Thank you.
I'm going to... Oof. I'm assuming a 10 does not hit.
You assume correctly. As your spirit exudes out from you and travels towards this creature, it rises up in the water and then splashes down. As it does, a wall of water comes up and catches the spirit and is not able to it's not able to hit it, but it does turn and look at you. You see the red eyes burning with intensity, and you hear a, "What? What is this?" Looks towards you curiously. That is Dusk's action. Anything else, Dusk?
Then I'm going to, as a bonus action, and I am going to cast my 3rd level aspect of death,
Okay.
forcing him to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh. Charisma saves. Let's see here. I have rolled something that I think is not going to succeed. The aboleth, this creature, for a brief moment, does experience the effects of what it is that you are doing. Can you describe it for me?
So I am forcing him to be cursed, to be haunted by an undead spirit until the curse ends.
So for a moment, rising up around it, a undead spirit comes up out of the water. The dolphins split apart in fear briefly, and the spirit moves around, swirls around this creature, and it looks at it, and its tentacles look up at it with curiosity. And then there is a sudden expulsion of power. You all feel your ears pop as the creature uses a legendary action to succeed, and the spirit dissipates, and it turns to you and says, "Your power is curious." Anything else, Dusk?
That's all.
All right, that's going to bring us to Dawn.
All right. I'm going to take a look at this creature and be like, and I'm just going to say, intense emotions like this are something I completely understand. And thread of pink energy is just going to extend and tie the creature to me. And I am forging a bond of empathy with this creature.
Okay.
There is no saving throw.
Ooh.
We are just
Okay.
connected psychically now. And then I am going to summon right next to it a pink mace that has purple hyacinths along the handle and bring up my spiritual weapon.
Righty.
Your spiritual weapon.
Do you want
is
me
so
to pull it
pretty.
out, or do you want to pull it out?
I can pull it out.
Go for it. I'm afraid it doesn't. It's not pink with hyacinths, but it will serve.
It's not letting me pull it out.
I will pull it out.
You can set it right next to it,
Okay.
and then right before I swing it, I'm gonna be like, unfortunately, intense emotions can hurt, and it's gonna feel this pain, and I'm gonna use Bond of Anguish to give myself advantage on the swing.
Very nice. Before you roll, Dawn, could you explain how you're able to do these things?
I am a class known as the Domain of Regret Cleric, and so I have an ability to connect emotionally with other creatures and use those emotions and those regrets to my advantage in a fight.
So, is there anything about this bond of empathy that allows you to get a glint on perhaps what emotions this creature is feeling?
This one does not give me a glint at the emotions. It just ties me to them unless I'm trying, and it gives me advantages. For instance, if I tried to convince it of something or lie to it, I would also get advantage on that.
Well,
this
let me-
helps me trick somebody
Let
more.
me tell you, you get the instinct that not being able to tell the emotional state of this creature is probably a good thing, as if there is a mental wall that your own senses and your own power has put up to prevent you from actually experiencing the depth of what this creature is currently feeling.
Okay. And my roll,
Roll at advantage.
24.
24 is a hit.
So I'll swing down and do 7 points of force damage.
7 points of force damage. That is your action, your bonus action, any movement for you.
That's my action, bonus action, and reaction. I'm going to stay where I am because I think I'm backed up against a wall.
Win, on your turn. Dawn, you look and see Win stand with her weapon by her side for a moment, and she turns and looks at you, and you see in her eyes the same redness that is in the creature's eyes. Win, you are commanded to attack your nearest ally.
Damn
All
it.
of your might.
Well, shit!
What do you do?
I'm pretty sure the nearest ally is the dolphin.
Oh, God. I don't want to hit a dolphin so bad, but I also don't want to hit my friend, so I guess I'll go for it.
All right, let me amend my command. It commands you to strike the cleric that just dared to harm its flesh.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
Not the cute dolphin with the emo haircut that it actually kind of likes.
The creature kind of likes the dolphin.
No.
Oh,
I tried.
all right. I'm so sorry. And actually, she turns to you, and as long as this is okay, DM, she turns to you with those red eyes and a very hollow, I'm sorry, comes out as her sunblade that is much, you think of a sunblade, but hers is much more of a frosted version, where if you imagine something dissolving into air when it is summoned, it evolves into the air with the same sort of ice-like creation. She brings it up.
So it's the blade of the Aurora Borealis as opposed to the
Sort
sun.
of. Yes. Brings it up, rears it, and comes a swinging at you with a charge that is fury and might. Here, let's make it a roll.
Oh, now you roll well.
That's my AC.
That's gonna be a hit. Win, would you be so kind as to move your token closer to Dawn?
So I hit you with a 17, and that she always uses it two-handed unless there's a reason not to. So unfortunately, that looks like 9 damage.
9 damage.
9 plus 6? Is that what that is?
I'm not undead.
No.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
not
good.
undead, so it's just gonna be 9 damage. As you connect with Dawn on this attack, there is a feeling of euphoria that washes over. You've done good. This is your purpose. You should not feel any shame. In fact, you should do more. I would like a spine please.
Dang it!
Oh no.
All right.
Oh.
I won't make you do the highest level you could do, but I will make you do a smite.
Fair enough. Is that on my
Instead,
spells?
Yeah, so you just no, smite is you get to add 2d8 radiant damage if you expend a first level spell slot.
Plus 11. 20 damage to my friend.
Damn.
Ow!
All right, and your second attack, please.
Oh! Brutal. And she raises her
You
blade
thought I
again.
would forget.
I
forgot.
forgot, so I was hoping you would. Alright. 27!
Oh
That'll
my
hit!
God.
That'll hit!
If I get to do a con roll at the end to, like, shake this and I roll shit, then I will be mad.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What?
What's the damage on that, please?
Ah!
12. Jesus.
12 points of damage. And a smite, please.
Oh my God.
Another.
Okay.
Plus 6.
All right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see here. Dawn, you are close enough. It's obviously right up in front of you that this is happening. Your passive perception is high enough for you to realize that she has no control over what she's doing. You don't see any register of emotion. You don't see any wince of regret. She is not herself. And the red eyes would seem to indicate that the creature is controlling her. There is no saving throw at the end of this. There
my
is
God.
perhaps a way to get away from this particular condition, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Would somebody please slap the shit out of that paladin?
Win! That is the end of your turn. That's going to bring us to the Elder One. The Elder One is going to completely ignore your Dolphin Brigade. I would like you, please, to roll. Let's see. 4 attacks of opportunity.
Hot dog. Though I also hate that. All right. Let's see here. 1, 2. There's just something so satisfying, the extra click and clacks. That is, I think, only going to be 1 because I got an 8, 15, a 14, and then a 21.
The 21 hits.
Lovely, lovely. I'll go ahead and be just 1d6 of damage as it's a slam attack is what they do, so I imagine they're just bapping the shit out
Yeah,
of
with a
this thing.
tail.
Yeah. So that's 4 points of bludgeoning
4
damage.
points of bludgeoning damage. And just for the heck of it, have a Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't mind if I do. That'll be a nat 20
Right.
on the Constitution saving throw.
No problem.
The
Go
Dolphin
Dolphins!
division
He laughs at your
is
slime.
unbeatable.
Very nice. That is going to be so as it moves forward, it dives down and comes up underneath the dolphins on the other side. To I guess there would be 1 further attack of opportunity. So go ahead and roll that.
That's going to be a 22.
22 is a hit.
With for max damage of 8.
8 points of damage. My God.
A dolphin found his porpoise.
I hate you so much.
Oh yes,
I just
yes. Fuel my rage.
Points of sad damage.
comes towards you, Dusk, and as it does, I would study you. And it reaches out with its tentacle, and it is going to try a 26 to hit you.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right, that is going to be a total of 11 points of damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. 17.
Is a success.
Nice.
It then makes another tentacle attack as another tentacle comes right behind the first one, and lashes around you as well. A 15 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. That is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning and another Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh, God. 18.
That's a success,
Yeah.
and one final tentacle attack.
No!
I think that is going to miss with a 14.
Yeah, yes,
Right.
it misses.
You manage to duck down as it is avoided. That's going to bring us to Thaddeus.
All right, Thaddeus is I'm going to pop out of the water. I'm covered in gunk, and I'm right next to Hugo, and you see me do the thing that dogs do when they come out of the water, and I just do this wild shake, covering poor Hugo in gunk and goo. And I'm going to lash my Hugo. I'm going to lash my tail out and attack the aboleth with my whip.
All right.
Oh, that is a 13 to hit.
That is a big whiff, my friend.
That would have been 29 points of damage.
Some other campaign.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to hop behind this column and hide duck beneath it.
Hide duck.
My bonus. Hide the verb hide duck.
Yes.
That's where you take
and
a mallard and tuck it into your coat.
And that's a 31 on my stealth.
Very stealthy. That at least is going well for you.
Great.
At the end of your turn, the aboleth is going to use a legendary action. He did not
Hate it.
use any during the first round, but now he is.
It did.
No, use a legendary
saving
resistant.
throw.
It didn't use a legendary
Oh.
action. As it is going to rise up and dive down and come back to its same position, but as it does, its tail rises up and smacks Dusk right in the face.
My tracker is not updating, but just so y'all know, I'm at 25.
Oh my god.
I have hit with a 29 to hit, doing
Yeah.
13 points of bludgeoning damage with its tail as the water that comes up with it crushes into you and you feel the tail nearly knock you off your feet. That is its legendary action.
Uh-oh.
That's going to bring us to Hugo.
Put him to work.
Get over here and shield me.
Okay, a 5 feet of difficult terrain as it steps up onto the dry land, no longer taking the dodge action, and then it is able to move 15 feet, which brings it right next to you. Do you wish for it to make an attack, dodge? What is
Can it hold? Is there any way for it to be able to kind of sacrifice itself for a hit for me?
There's very little brain in this zombie. It can do what you command it to do, but the various cognitive things that would need to register in order for it to do what you're asking, not quite capable of doing that.
I'll just have it defend, and I'll try to sneak up behind it and use it as a zombie shield.
Okay. As you do that, the aboleth really such primitive playthings. I will show you the true nature of master and servant. Anything else, Dusk?
Hugo can't do anything else.
All right, that's gonna bring us to Jack. He's holding an action. So let's say he's holding an action, and if there is a target that comes within range of you, he attacks. That he can manage.
Okay, then
Alright.
I'll gladly do that.
Alrighty. Holding an action to attack a target that comes within range. Jack,
Guess what I'm gonna do?
guessing.
Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and so I'm going to move myself over to here, which I believe was 30-ish feet. He said, optimistic. And I think that puts me in range of, is that
60 feet.
60 feet?
Mhm.
Fan-freaking-tastic. I'm going to go ahead and use one of... I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on the Paladin.
Okay. All right. Vicious Mockery on the Paladin. What do you say to win, Jack? I want to know.
Hey, Paladum, get your shit together.
Paladin.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Paladin.
Of
You're-
course, I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, you're probably going to crush it.
Come on. All right.
I believe in
Roll
you,
low,
suck.
roll low.
I believe you can
Even
do it.
suck. I want that on a tattoo.
8
Oh, you did.
plus
Oh.
a 7,
13.
though. So it
No,
could be-
no, plus 5, so
Plus-
13.
Does not beat my 17.
What sort of saving throw was this that you had to make?
It was a
Wisdom.
wisdom saving
Oh,
throw.
plus 7.
Plus
sorry.
7.
15.
15.
Does not beat my
Okay.
17. You take 4 psychic damage.
All right, there is a little sort of in your head as the psychic damage tries to disrupt this connection. Roll a wisdom save.
Now do good. Now do the. Now
Now
unsuck.
do the thing.
Do the thing. Oh my god!
Oh,
2! Which makes
Not
oh
enough.
my god.
As for a brief moment, there is a little disruption, and then control is reestablished.
Well, at least we know what to do now.
Did I see that
Jack,
flicker in her eyes?
You have a very high passive perception. I would say for a brief moment you saw the glowing red sort of reduced to a pink, and you saw a little bit of the iris of Wynn's actual eye appear before it went back to red.
Damn it. All right. And I do not have the range or anything else, but you know what I do have?
8
Dolphin
dolphins.
division. So I have 8 dolphins, and it's going to be just thin. All right, so the first 4 are going to move up and sort of surround the Aboleth again, and they'll just do. And then as those first 4 are just going to do a slam attack, the other 4 are going to do a charge attack.
Okay.
So I'll roll those first 4 for you, Sean. That is going to be a 22, a dirty 20, a nat 1. Wah, wah. So I think 2 of those are going to hit.
They do indeed.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then the ones who charge are 2 22s. All right. So that's 2 just normal slam attacks and 2 charging slam attacks.
Roll that damage, please.
I'm just fish slapping you to death is what I'm going to try to do here. All right. So
Did
the
not
first
have this
one-
on my bingo card.
So the first one's going to do a whopping. It's going to be 2 plus, so 4 and 3. So that's 7 damage total from the first attack, and then the charging fish.
The dolphin are doing so much better than all of us.
Yeah. So that is. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that is 10 points of damage, 9 points of damage plus 4 more is 23, right?
That's
10, 9 plus 4.
Yep. 23.
Yeah. 23 points of damage
All right.
from the charging fish division.
Can I have 4 Constitution, please? Throws, please.
You absolutely may have 4 Constitution saving throws from my fish. All right, there is a 16 and 18, a 13 and a 4.
All right. The 16 and 18 succeed.
And
The other 2 have
am I gonna
failed.
have to change my tuna?
As the dolphins strike the aboleth, the mucus that is on its skin and surrounding it in the water clogs up their blowholes, and they are not able to breathe as the mucus spreads out from the blowhole, moves across their face and their head and down to the side and rips gills into the side of their necks. They are unable to breathe outside of water. Not that big a deal.
Oh my
I'm-
god.
Oh no, they're hairdos.
Oh no!
For a brief moment, they flop around, unable to breathe, but then
Yeah.
the disease that has gotten a hold of them does take hold, and the gills appear. There's blood that comes in the water as it literally looks like the dolphins spontaneously evolve and rip these gills of themselves, come out of their sides of their bodies. Blood goes in the water, and they begin to swim around actual fish now as opposed to mammals. Let's see here. That's going to bring us to dusk.
Those poor dolphins must be having the weirdest day of their lives.
Indeed.
So, again, I can't get it to update, but I am at 12 hit points.
Okay.
Ah,
Thank you for shouting out for your friend's benefit.
I tried.
Oh, I can see how many hit points you have, and it's upsetting me greatly.
okay. You will all hear the sound as if glass or a crystal was cracking, but it's not as if it's breaking, it's as if you're hearing it going the opposite way, as if it was coming into being.
Mhm.
And I am going to use the spark of godhood.
All right. So you bring your hand across the crystal that is on your person, and the scream booms out from you. It shatters the, well, not exactly quiet, but it pierces everyone's eardrums. The cavern above echoes, bits and pieces of rock start falling down, splashing into the water, and you all watch as dusk rises off the ground an inch.
You will hear me scream in like this echo of many voices, and some voices you feel as if you recognize as I scream, "Help me!" And I will unleash a blast of divine power in a 30-foot radius. So I am going to roll 48.
48, your maximum, as I believe.
I am not ending with that.
Okay.
Uh,
More is to come.
More power.
But wait, there's more.
15. Okay. The creature takes 15 damage, and I heal 15.
Mhm.
Nice.
Nice.
What is it, 12? Okay, and I am going to double this with my my ability being the Divine Wrath Necrotic, which allows me to double my divine dice being used.
Okay. But there's a consequence. I'm nervous
There is a
about this.
consequence of I take damage
Right.
Wait, what?
for.
You remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I take damage for the amount that I roll.
Yes. So whatever damage you do added to what you've already rolled, you take damage for it. So you've healed, and incidentally, friendly creatures within 30 feet also heal, but I don't think you
Yes.
have any that are within 30 feet of you that are damaged. So
Okay, and then
And Hugo.
12. So then I go down 12.
So 12. So all right, 12 more points of damage to the creature, and then 12 to you.
Actually, I haven't used aspect of death with my proficiency bonus, but wouldn't that mean that it just negates what I would heal?
I don't think so. I think it's a separate roll. I think it all works out. You have to roll the dice and then see how it all works
Any
out.
damage dealt using your divine dice is necrotic damage. No additional. When you roll divine dice in this manner, you lose a number of hit points equal to the amount rolled on that additional dice.
Correct.
but I'm using this also with this ability that would be healing
So you
myself.
did the heal for, so you have to do it when you roll. So interesting. All the total amount rolled. So it's
So it should negate.
so you've already rolled. I think the only way it makes sense is if it's two separate rolls. So
Okay.
the only way it makes
So
sense.
I will roll another 2d8.
Oh God.
So that is just the same thing. So it negated whatever I healed.
All right. So the power shoots out from you. Necrotic energy whirls around the creature. You watch as Dusk is healed, and then some of the damage, like the wounds on her
Yeah.
body and all that, you get to heal, but then she is drained just the same. And Hugo, some of the lacerations and things that he's accumulated over the course of this adventure are healed up as well. He hasn't taken any damage, but the necrotic energy seems to have suited him well.
And I am going to move.
All right, as this happens, the
careful.
aboleth is very intrigued.
5.
Oh,
10.
careful.
As you move out of the range of the creature, it does make a tentacle
damn it, it's
attack
not
on you, hitting AC 28 with its tentacle. As it
Hang on a second. I'm going to. You're going to hear an ow that echoes throughout the cavern in multiple different distances, and I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs
Right.
to distract the creature, forcing it to re-roll.
Interesting. I think this might be the first time any of you have witnessed this wolf actually cast a spell. Curiouser and curiouser. I will re-roll this very annoying spell from Strixhaven. Second attack is going to be a 17.
That still hits.
Still hits. That being the case, you take 11 points of
I
bludgeoning.
will use my bardic inspiration to use cutting words.
All right. Go.
So I will spend one of my bardic. I'll give. Or should I roll it, or would you?
You
like
go ahead
us
and roll.
to? I will go ahead and roll. But I believe my current inspiration die is a beautiful D10.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll that, and you can take 6 off of that roll.
Alrighty. So 11 is
That does
definitely
not
going to
hit.
miss. So you were able to escape.
Oh, okay.
Who gets the advantage? That
It's
is
true.
evil.
Yes, you get to choose.
Oh, I'm going to give Dawn the next advantage.
All right. Dawn has the next advantage roll.
So question.
Go ahead.
I'm currently floating,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
If I try to make it up off this across this chasm, do I have to do anything?
You do. The water here is not the distance between where the land is and where the water is not that deep. It's not that far, so you don't have to worry about like falling down and then coming to the water. But you're 1 inch off of the ground, so you as you come
Yeah.
for you will dip down a little bit and then move across the water and then come back up.
Okay. Okay. Wait, 5, 10, 30. So I think I end here.
Mm-hmm.
No, here. Okay. I am not giving up. I'm going to look back at it again and going to shh again as he has to again roll for charisma.
So, what you've done so far has not used up any action economy?
The Spark of Godhood is an action to invoke. And then, oh. I apologize.
Not a problem.
Gain the following benefits. So I don't think I would have actually been able to do the blast of divine power.
Oh, well, we won't worry about that. I tell you what, go ahead and remove some more of your points then. Roll a
Okay.
roll 2d6. All right,
4.
so go ahead and remove another 9 points, please.
Okay.
That is Dusk's turn. Brings us to Dawn. Dawn, you have Bardic Inspiration.
No, I have advantage.
Sorry, advantage thanks to the silvery barbs.
Okay, I'm going to skirt around Wynn, but stay standing next to her. And I'm going to I'll look at her for a second.
May I interrupt you, Dawn? Before you actually are able to take your turn, I'm going to have the Aboleth make another legendary action.
Piece of shit.
Sorry, gotta sneak it in there before you
I'll
actually
move
say
back
what
to
it
where
is
I
you're
was.
doing. So as Dusk escapes its grasp, it looks towards you, Wynn, and looks back at you and says, "Allow me to show you the relationship between servant and master." It is going to use an ability to harm you, as it's going to use Psychic Drain. You take 32 points of psychic damage, and the wounds that the dolphins have been applying to this creature all heal over as the mucus rolls over it and glows and heals the points with the power it has drained from Wynn.
Oh my god.
Wynn, you've taken damage. You may make another wisdom saving throw.
You just schooled my fish.
Here I go.
Come on, you got this. You got this.
Come on, come on, come
We
on.
need you.
Okay,
14.
okay.
Plus
7, so 21.
that's a success, as the damage
Oh.
that it does as it drains your power out of your mind, it also removes the part of itself that is infecting you, and you blink your eyes and come back to yourself.
And I took 30 what?
32 points of damage.
Fine. The relationship between servant and master is no more.
Alrighty, Dawn, we are now to your turn. What are your hit points? Just to let everybody know.
My hit points are 21.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wynn did a number on me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that actually changes what I'm
That's
doing.
what I figured it would.
Okay, I'm going to look at Wynn and I'm gonna be like, just I forgive you for that, and I'm going to reach my hand out, and a glowing pink orb is just going to arrive in the middle of the room, and then flash out, and 30 feet of healing energy is going to flow from it. I think I do it in the very center of the room, I can get everybody.
You're doing a mass cure wounds.
Mass cure
Alrighty.
wounds. So everybody but Hugo, because Hugo's undead, and we all take 20 points of healing.
Very good.
I would like to add to this with my, as a reaction. Miracle Worker, I would like to use some of my divine dice to add to that healing.
All right, go for it. Power of this piece of godhood
13.
that you have.
Mm.
13, an extra 13 on top of that.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's 33 total healing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for everybody.
Anything else done?
Yes, I'm then going to use my bonus action to take a swing at the speaker.
Okay. With spiritual weapon.
With my spiritual weapon.
Move it closer.
I guess at advantage is the silver bucks.
All right.
27 to hit
27 is a hit.
for 10 points of
All right, 10 points of force damage as your blow hits. Dusk, can you describe the effect that as this healing energy rolls out? How do you add to it?
I hold my hands together, and from me, this very strong gold light starts to emanate from where my heart is, and I will throw this light, and it'll go to where Dawn is. boosting her.
Very cool. So power emanates from her, and then there's another pulse that comes out and gives everybody a little extra. Very nice. Has this ever
Power.
happened before? Have you guys ever done this before? As you are sisters?
100% we've done this
Oh,
before.
Yes.
yeah, no, it's the Wonder Twin powers activate.
She
Okay.
does something, I make it hurt more. She does something, I make it heal more, depending on how I feel with her that day.
Very nice.
And I try to stop her from dying.
So, Wynn, before we get to your turn, the aboleth in this water begins to churn back and forth, moving its tentacles around, and you watch as the mucus rolls off its body and into the water, and as it does, it begins to agitate. The water takes on a form that is more gelatinous than simple liquid. It rises up from within this area and spreads out onto the land, and I need everyone within 30 feet of the water, which I think is going to be everybody, to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, except for Jax, of course, who's up in the air. Oh, well, how high up in the air are you, Jack?
I would put myself at a healthy 20 feet up in the air.
20 feet?
I think this creature has got some gross, sticky legs.
Well,
Do you have a paladin aura? When I can't remember.
yeah.
Oh,
She's higher
So
level
do I get
6.
to add?
absolutely.
To add
So
her
what do I add?
charisma modifier, which is a +3.
So I rolled a 6.
16 success.
Do I get to add that to myself?
No, yours is included. Win, that's a failure. Dawn, that's a failure. Jack, will
I'm a 16.
16's a success.
Because I'm next to Win.
What did you get, Thaddeus B. Wolf?
10 on the die plus 9, 19.
19. Very good. So Win and Dusk are affected. Win, you are dragged away from Dawn, and you are pulled
No.
20 feet and into the water with a splash as this substance comes up, and as it reaches your feet, it molds itself around them and then yanks, and you fall flat on your face as this water draws you away, dragging you across the ground and into the water. Dusk, the water comes up, and despite being an inch above the ground, it's not enough. The water comes up, curls around your legs, around your waist, comes up around your body, and just yanks you down into the water and brings you right up next to the aboleth. That is going to be what happens right before Wynn's turn. Wynn, it's your turn.
I cast Misty Step as my bonus action, and can I please Misty Step right on his stupid face?
Yes.
So, technically, no. I tell you what, I will allow you to Misty Step above it and make an attack, but you must end your turn not in its space.
Like jump off or something.
Yeah, so I mean, you're essentially Misty Stepping above it, and as you land and slide off of it, you have to, because you can't actually Misty Step. It has to be an unoccupied space. So,
Got it. So I Misty Step right above him.
okay,
And
you
then
fall.
as I reappear and start to fall, my Sunblade is going straight down in a thrusting motion.
Very nice.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
Boo!
I'm gonna use my reaction to cause the anguish to just pulse through this creature again, and you get advantage on this.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
teamwork, making the dream work.
I feel a crit coming. I feel
Come
it.
on.
Make
Smite.
it happen.
So,
Smite.
Dawn, I need. I would love it if you
27.
describe. Sorry, not this to Jess. I think. Can you describe what it is you do that makes this an advantage?
So we are still, this creature and I are still tethered through the bond of empathy through this string. So I just send a pulse through the string to the creature, and it just wraps around it a little bit and just causes a little bit of pain to go through this creature, giving a little bit of a soft spot for.
What is this? I would like you to crit fish there, please, Win.
I did, and for some reason only rolled over on my screen, and I got a 27.
All right, so we'll take the 21 to hit, 13 points of radiant damage. Anything else?
And I'll, and before I slide off, I'll use my second attack to just, so as I sort of ice pick it. Oh, yes, smite. Wait, no, that's a bonus action, right?
Smite?
Because I already
Nope.
stuff.
You can add it to any hit attack.
Then I absolutely smite. Can I smite at the second level?
You
for
can
an
smite at as
extra-
high a level as you want.
All right, so second level smite, which gives me how many D8 or D?
Second level smite is 3d8.
So we're adding in 21.
Very nice. So
Wow.
13
Nice,
plus 21,
nice.
going to be 34 points of damage.
So as I just stab my sunblade straight down in with the force of gravity, it keeps me from rolling off right away, and I just yank it back out with both hands and do the exact same thing.
Before you do that, oh wait, never mind. No need for you to roll a Constitution saving throw, as we've already established. You are immune to disease, although you do feel this mucus once again being absorbed into your skin as you're within close proximity to this thing.
Doesn't affect you, but it is super good.
So I know that it would have sucked. Come on. 17.
17 does
hit.
not hit.
And it just
However, you are
going-
technically flanking with a dolphin, so actually that gives you a +1 to hit, so it's going to be an 18 for a hit.
I go and I almost miss. I almost miss, but I make eye contact with the dolphin, and I go, "It's for you." Using my last second level spell slot, I'm also going to smite. So here comes the damage first. I
Right.
don't know why it didn't roll, but here we go.
Here comes the sun.
So 12 plus 18. So
Those
Mm.
smites. Nice.
Another 18 points of
Whoa.
damage.
30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mood.
Also,
Triple
so,
six.
As
yeah, it was very metal to roll the triple six.
Yeah.
Yes.
this cavern is dark. There's no natural light, so the only light that's here is your dark vision or whatever light you have brought with you. But when with this sunblade lifted aloft, as it pulses and glows with each one of these hits, it strobes out into this cavern, just. And there is a psychic and also audible burbling roar from this creature as it thrashes as you slide off to the side, splashing into the water.
Do you care which side?
Well, I'll tell you what. Roll a d8.
All right. Because I was going to go
That was
with my
really-
dolphin friend.
Really badass win.
6.
A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to land right over here.
Hey, friend.
Splash.
All right, at the end of your turn, the Elder One's turn begins, and he says, You have harmed my flesh. Your pain shall be eternal. And it is going to attack you with its tentacles.
Thane.
A 24 to hit.
Hits.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Come on.
Second attack, a 25 to hit.
Hits.
14 points of bludgeoning damage. Natural 20.
Cutting words.
Does
Cutting
not.
words will not affect
Doesn't work.
a natural 20. Does anybody have... nobody's a grave cleric. Yes! So that's going to be a total of 27 points of bludgeoning damage as the third tentacle smacks into you with all of its might.
When are you alive? Are you still conscious?
20. I got 20 hit points left.
20 hit points. That is going to be the end of the Elder One's turn. Brings us to Thaddeus.
Damn.
I will leap from behind the column, and you will hear me gnashing my teeth and growling ferociously as I whip it good. That is a 24 to
Indeed
hit,
it is.
and that is 27 points of... what kind of damage did we agree this was, Sean? Is it force damage?
Yeah, force damage seems to be the most reasonable one. technically.
I wish to pitch for goodest boy damage.
Goodest boy, bestest boy.
27
it's a woo
points.
damage.
27 points of damage.
Oh,
And I will leap from behind the column, and I will stand by Wynn's side.
All right, at the end of your turn, Aboleth is going to use a legendary action to tail slap Wynn.
So mean.
It's another natural 20.
Holy!
No, it's not. I'm using silvery barbs again
All right.
because my
Do it.
turn is over.
Silvery
And
barbs again.
I am reactioning that.
Okay.
So you can suck that crit.
Unlikely to be another
My
natural.
friend.
It was not another natural 20. However, I do believe a 23
Oh.
does still hit.
It's so. I mean, armor is 20. Said it's yes, it is, but it's so damn
Except I'll be
close.
using cutting words
Okay.
to go ahead and subtract 9.
All right, that's going to be a miss then. That's going to bring us to Hugo.
Nice.
We're such a good team, you guys.
We're
really
the
are.
best friends that anyone could have.
We're the 4 best friends.
I want Hugo.
Oh,
Choose.
sorry. The advantage
Of course.
is going to go to the advantage is going to go to Dusk.
Alrighty, advantage goes to Dusk.
Hugo, you are going to get in the water and provide some fodder.
All right, so Hugo.
No, it's a fantastic water show with dolphins and Hugo. Just
Hugo
He's standing on their noses.
Hugo takes a step out, it just into oblivion, just goes into the water, and makes it's able just has enough movement to get flopping in the water. Really pathetic swimmer. Some of you may find it in your hearts to feel sorry for Hugo, but
Not me.
do you have? Do you want to take the dodge action or make an attack? What's he up to?
He's going to take the dodge
Taking
action.
the dodge
I just
action. Okay.
I want the dolphins to have a plus AC.
You
I mean
got it.
plus attack.
Alrighty. That's gonna bring us
Let's give the
at
dolphins
the end of your
Love this
turn,
so much.
Hugo.
Oh.
The Aboleth is
God.
gonna use another legendary action.
No.
This time, nobody can stop me except the dice. Another tail attack at Wynn. Tail comes down 28. Massive blow. That is going. That's 20. That's 20 points of damage. Where did Wynn go?
You killed her.
Is there a divine force that has taken her away from us?
Indeed, in the force of our tiny trickster patron god.
Well, as the tail comes down, it smacks Wynn right on the head, and you watch her eyes glaze over as she begins to sink down into the water. She is.
Okay.
I did exactly 20 points of damage. She is at 0 hit points. She is unconscious. She is dying, and she is prone.
Okay.
That is the legendary action of the Aboleth. It's going to bring us to Jack.
Fantastic. Having seen that happen, correct DM, I am going to flutter my tiny little wingly self. Where's my movement? There. Why am I there? Sorry. As I am but a fair. All right, cool. I'm gonna put myself there, and then I'm gonna use my. Good God! I'm gonna use my last level 1. Y'all, I am running low on resources.
Samesies.
I am thoroughly charming and yet slightly exhausted. So I'm gonna go ahead and use healing
Word on Wynn.
Win.
What's your passive perception, Jack?
An 18.
An 18.
My good
I'd
sir.
say Wynn has not sunk enough into the water for you to have lost sight of her. With an 18 passive perception, I will allow you to cast Healing Word upon Wynn. What
Thank
is
you
the
very
word?
much. The word is
Bird? Grease?
No. The
Woo!
word is rise again, bringer of death. It shall not come for you today.
Wynn's eyes flicker open as she sees herself sinking away from the battle. We'll see what she does about that. That's going to bring us to dusk. Sorry.
However,
That was
how very dare you.
how fairy dare I? Indeed. Let's rewind, as that was just a bonus action. What is your action?
So that was my bonus action. For my action, I'm going to go ahead and shoot a crossbow bolt at this motherfucker.
Go for
just
it.
for kicks and giggles.
Don't forget about fishing.
Stops in the
Absolutely.
stops in the.
But I was a 14.
14.
It does not hit.
I do believe you have to have a bonus action available to command the dolphins, otherwise they take the dodge action. Is that correct?
I don't.
They have
They go on their own.
their own turn, right after yours.
They are quite literally their own creatures. However, none of them. They all should still be in melee range, having not disengaged. I'm going to have one of the dolphins because Wynn will absolutely love this. I'm going to have one of the dolphins go and give her the help action.
Okay.
To get her up and out of the water. It'll do that.
+1 on all these for flanking.
Absolutely. So the first 4, that's a crit on one of them.
Nice.
So that's amazing. That's a crit and then 2 21s.
My God!
A crit fish.
Crit.
It's a literal crit fish. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The brigade is called the Crit Fish.
It's never happened before in the history of D&D. I'm sure of it.
I got 2 more crits.
Whoa! Okay.
Crit fish brigade is coming
Crit
for
fish
you.
brigade! That's fucking amazing. Okay, so 3 crits, 1 normal hit. Oh, apologies. 3 crits, 1 normal hit. So that'll just be the crit is just double the die, right?
Yeah, double the die roll.
All right. So I'll
Just roll it.
I'll do the normal hit, which is a 6 to hit.
6 damage. That hit, correct? 6
Yeah. The normal
right.
hit. First crit is going to be
I'll math for you.
5. Thank you, friend. 5, 9, 10, 11. 5 plus 11 plus 10.
So 21.
So-
So I'm
5.
sorry, that was a lot of numbers. 5, 11, 10, and 6 total. Is that correct?
5,
That's
11, and
32
10
total.
are the 3 totals for the crits.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
32 damage.
All right.
Thank
The
you.
aboleth lets out a roar, and again a psychic blast billows off of it. All of the dolphins, if they had hands, they would cover their little echolocators, but they have definitely angered it.
Would you like any of them to make a constitution
You know what?
saving?
Let's skip that. That's gonna bring us
I'm gonna turn these.
to. Is that it
You
for you,
went down,
Tusk?
by the way.
Jack?
Win.
Is that it for you?
That is
All right.
it for Jacques, as the crit fish have done their dolphinly duty.
Alrighty. As the one dolphin went down to get Wynn, did it try to move her, or did it just try to help her up to not being prone?
It is offering the help action.
Offering the help
So-
action. All right. So, Wynn, the next thing you do, you will have advantage if I deem it appropriate for what a dolphin can help with.
Whatever a dolphin can help you
What
with.
can't a dolphin help
Well, I imagine it's probably not all that good at making cheese. That's going to bring us to Dusk. Actually, before Dusk, we're going to have the aboleth use its final legendary action, and it's going to make another tail attack at Wynn at advantage since he is prone. That's going to be a 25. That's going to be 16 points of damage.
I'm down again.
Down again as your eyes flicker open briefly and then close as there's another whack and you begin to sink again. That is going to bring us to Dusk.
How deep is she?
At the moment, she's only about 10 feet.
I am going to now use my
moving across the
Wow.
surface of the water, just an inch above. So cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
just floating. Yep.
Very creepy Jesus of you.
Oh no, it's
Don't
was my
turn this
nickname in
water
high
into
school.
wine.
no, it's X-Men '97 Magneto all the way.
Ooh.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
So now I'm going to unleash a blast of divine power through my spark of godhood again.
Okay.
With that is this golden tinged with dark teal light as it emanates 30 feet from me, and excuse me, Atlas, I need to roll.
Catless.
Is the name of her
Kitty
now
making
lost
a
god.
cat
Yes.
Atlas. No, it's the
Yes.
actual
Cat-
Atlas. By all
Yeah, actual
means,
Atlas.
roll.
He's helping me. Blech. 22. Okay.
Whoa.
So
22 is a hit.
Within
22.
30 feet.
Sorry, 22 points of damage, necrotic damage, correct?
yeah, damage and this is just damage.
Oh, right. This
Like-
is just damage.
Yeah.
Not
It's
necrotic
just
damage.
damage.
It is just the damage of the gods.
happens.
It is null damage. Very good.
And also healing.
Okay. Healing goes.
So 22 points of healing to Win
Okay.
and Thaddeus and
I think
Hugo
everybody but
just-
me.
Hugo. If
No.
I don't care. Hugo's just Hugoing.
I think that at some point in our travels, Win was like, I would never give up my oath, but I also really want all that power. That is a freaking awesome class.
As you begin to
amazing.
sink again, you feel healing come over. Dusk, did you heal up to full?
Yep.
Wow. It's going to bring us to Dawn. Are you done?
I want to curse him again with the charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Because I could still do that.
All right.
Man,
I love your defiance.
That is a 19 that I have rolled.
Damn it!
Gotta
He
give it a
keeps
shot.
seeing wisps and images of the lost dead souls.
Very good.
Even though that's probably his thing, but
And he was like,
oh my God.
it's charming.
Brings us to Dawn.
Yes, it does. I am going to step forward because I definitely need to be closer to this thing. And I'm going to attempt to no, I'm going to sorry. I had a plan.
I don't know that
attack.
That's my attack.
Yeah.
Nom nom.
Just realized there's one dolphin over the quarter saying, "You go, guys! You got it!" I'm going to move him. He is actually in the fray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to swing at him with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Oh.
For a 23.
That's a hit.
So that's max damage of 12
Wow.
force damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my action to grab onto my holy symbol and just everybody in the cavern is going to hear it like the boom boom of a beating heart as a sound wave just rolls out from me, and the creature is going to feel a wave of regret hit it,
Oh.
thinking about every failure it's had, everything it's done that it could possibly have regretted, every decision it's made.
God, thanks,
And it
Mom.
has to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma
Wow,
saving
okay.
throw. 23.
Ah,
Succeeds, but takes half damage, so 14 points of
Psychic damage as you cast Wave of Regret. Another
wave of regret.
extra
My channel
thing
divinity.
that is comes from a source that we might discuss later. A little bit of a secret. Very good. At the end of your turn, there is another lair action that occurs as the aboleth thrashing back and forth. You can see its blood now, a contrast in with the clear mucus of its skin. Tendrils of black blood in the water, swirling around, making it cloudy. There is a geyser of water that shoots up from around it. All the dolphins are pushed back briefly and then take their spots again as the geyser rises up into the air, taking all of the blood and the mucus and this corrupted water, blasts it against the ceiling, and then gobs of pussy, acidic slime begin to down around the entire area. Need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please, including you, Jack.
Still,
Well put. No, I heard the word flavor. I was like, all right, I see you.
if I'm still under the water, which I assume
You
I
are
am,
still underwater. You don't have to make one.
Yay.
Don, that's a failure.
I assume. What, 7?
Right.
Is
Yeah,
not a
7
success?
doesn't succeed. It's a shocker.
Does a
Shock.
15 succeed?
15 does succeed.
I rolled a critical success plus 7
Okay, that succeeds.
for a total of 27.
Dusk.
I rolled a delicious 3.
Aha. So
Sister power.
the damage is 18 points of acidic damage. If you succeeded the save, you take half, so it'll be 9.
Okay, nice.
Indeed,
All right.
the cat is upon us. That is
Wait, how much? I'm sorry, how much was that? 18?
18 if you failed, 9 if you succeeded.
I'm gonna. Oh, I can't. I don't have a reaction.
All right, that is
Never
going
mind.
to bring us to win, as the lair action has concluded.
All right. So I swim up to the top
Okay.
and
Dolphins,
And,
blood, mucus, this aberrant creature.
just
Friday.
Mondays, am I right?
and my blade has been pulsing and diminished a little in its light by the water, but I raise it back out. The beacon of its blue shimmer lights up, and I just stab right in to the closest little piece that I can get.
I send another pulse down the connection I have with it and
All right.
give it a little twist of anguish, and you get advantage on
Alrighty.
It's nice.
The dolphin will also use its tail to throw wind at the.
As a cinematic a moment as one could hope for, roll your attack at advantage win.
Dear God, I get it.
With the power of the ocean.
26.
Ooh,
It would have been a
26
12.
is
so I appreciate
A
the
hit.
advantage. Here comes the damage. 13, and I was wrong. I have one more second level spell slot left, so here comes my smite. Oops.
Do it.
So
7,
it's going to be
9, 10, 11.
so 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 12 points of. So, no, 13, 24. Like,
Yeah, there it is.
nope.
Yeah, because she does two-handed.
So
with the-
13 plus 4. So that's going to be a total of.
No, plus 7,
It's a-
9, 10, 11. Plus 11.
It's
the
a second
three-
level.
Oh, a
D8s were
second
2, 2,
level.
and
I
7.
do apologize. A second level smite, indeed. 24 it is.
Here comes the next attack, which I actually, instead of stabbing again, I'm going to try to jerk the blade and draw it back out, like wrenching flesh away with it. So the
Yes.
second attack is a
You cut the time.
100! Oh,
See, now you should have saved your smite for the. Well done.
I know! I have a 1. Wait, I have a spell slot in the
You
first
have a
level
first
left.
level, don't you?
You have a
Yeah.
first level left?
Use
All
it.
right.
I do.
So
So
that's going to be
here-
doubled as well.
Freaking amazing. Hold on. Let's roll the initial damage. 12, so that's 24.
No, you need to roll it. We don't just double the die
You
roll.
don't roll it. Got it.
Another D10.
Oh, okay. Should I roll a d10 or is that work too? It's the 6 right here.
No, you're gonna want to roll a
Okay,
D10.
just a D10.
Oh,
One. Lovely. Okay, but you do get to roll 48 for the smite.
So plus 15.
All right.
So-
So they're 28.
28 points of damage. Win, I hope you've got something cool lined up for how you destroy this creature. As
Oh,
you
yes.
hear this psychic scream. Too much! Too much!
So, while my goal was simply to cause damage upon the draw out, what I didn't know is that I had pierced an organ and I draw that out
Some
upon.
bizarre, misshapen piece of flesh doesn't resemble any organ that you've ever seen. Not a lung, not a kidney, not a heart, nothing comes out. Actually writhes on the end of the sunblade, and you could swear it turns around and looks at you, and there's this mighty mouth that goes, and as it dies, it sinks down the blade of the sunblade and envelops your hand, pulses there for a moment before sliding off.
And I want to consume its soul.
All right, you get to do that as a accomplice. And as the creature continues to thrash, its thrashing goes on for a good 30 seconds, but it steadily gets less and less, and you can feel the pressure of its psychic scream pushing against you. You actually have to physically hold it back as if it is a wind that is trying to push you over, but it gets less and less and less. You watch as this creature, all of its tentacles curl up close to its body, and it withers and sinks out of sight down into the water. As it does, you're left with absolutely splitting headaches. Sense of accomplishment for what you have done. My goodness.
As the tether I had with that creature fades with it dying, you guys can all see Dawn just like bent over as she feels its dying moments as well through their connection.
Dusk,
right before it disappears.
Dusk, can we tell that you consume a soul when you do it? Like, is it obvious? Do we know you do that?
You probably see me go like as I breathe in, and this light comes out of it as I inhale it.
Remind us
into
to
my
pick you
body.
up some Listerine strips and our next stop at the tavern.
It's very Mortal Kombat. It's
So,
yeah.
with this, I regain divine dice, and his soul is permanently damaged, and he cannot return to life until 1 year has passed.
Well, not that anybody's rushing to resurrect this creature, but perhaps you'll see him again in a year.
And I'll take the organ that's on the sword, and I'm like, when I'm taking that, just so you know.
I would expect nothing less.
Very
she
good.
rolls her eyes and gives it to you.
He wanted to
His headache
study
reminds
me.
of
I'm going to study it.
You'll see.
Headache reminds me of that time we went drinking with hobgoblins.
I told you never to speak of that again.
I think we're going to take a short break here as this fight is concluded. And please stick around. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. See you then. Welcome back, everyone. We are pleased that you stuck around, and if you're new, then welcome. We are having our post-victory discussion and celebration and just confab after the group have just slain a hideous aboleth that has sunk down into the water from the depths from which it sprang. The prize that they sought, the crown of Alangandar, now theirs for the taking. My friends, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna take a look and make sure that Wynn, who fell a few times, is doing okay, and I'll give her a little gentle headbutt before going over to the crown. I'll shimmy underneath it so that it's resting atop my head, and then I will go and lay my head in Dawn's lap, who is in pain.
All right. What is this pain you're feeling, Dawn?
It's just having that bond with a creature when they die. It's just kind of very shocking for the system. And so I'm just kind of experiencing that, and I'm hunched over and sitting on the ground, just kind of trying to let that go, process it. And it's like getting to die without dying. And it's just a lot. So it's emotional pain.
As the memory of this creature's emotions, as it was dying, there was a break in the wall that was separating you, and you were flooded. You felt loneliness, deep, intense loneliness, sadness, or rage, fear, but also some emotions that you don't have any words for, like as if they were colors that you can't describe, emotions that are so alien they don't fit into any part of your concept of what it means to feel.
I'm just gonna very absent-mindedly reach up and just start scratching Thaddeus behind the ear and just breathing, trying to process those emotions, just kind of staring off into the middle distance.
Eyes.
And I will run over to her as is usual per this kind of situation happening, and just hold her, just helping her feel breathing in a normal, there's no pain, there's nothing, just holding you, waiting for you to come to your senses.
The dolphins jump around and obey your command. What do you do with the dolphins in a few moments?
Meanwhile, Jock has flown down, lands on the top two dolphins, and is like, "Oh yeah!" He lands like crit fish. What do you think? Party name?
No.
It's got potential.
You
already shot down snot goblins.
None of the names you have ever said or will ever say have potential.
All right, I'll strike it off the list. Crit fish. There it is. We're gonna find it yet. I feel like there's a synergy here that's happening. Are you still bleeding?
Yes.
Man, that sucks. All right, well, back to the names.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Shut
Not
it.
Asking
you.
you.
Oh, sorry. I was... Okay, fine. Everyone's so touched. You know, we won, right? I see a lot of dour faces in the room.
Wynn, can you come here for a second?
I do.
And I'm going to just like touch you on the cheek, and I'm going to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on you, as just to try to make you bleed slightly less.
Save your strength.
That's
We
terrible.
can always rest later.
7 healing.
Yeah, okay. Can we just take a real quick moment here? Everyone just gather your thoughts. And maybe also stop just profusely dying on us. Show of hands, how many of you actually went down this one?
Twice.
That's right. And who didn't go down? Two thumbs and this guy. That's right. Staying alive, which doesn't typically happen. So, progress.
Don't make me put
Huh?
you in my backpack.
I hate that.
In point of fact, as you are all having a moment to be calm and take a breath and heal and such, you can still hear the scurrying sounds and the guttural gurgling sounds of the fish-headed creatures that inhabit this entire dungeon. There are none close by, but the amount of noise that has occurred in this cavern, I could not possibly have missed it. All of your instincts tell you that this is not a safe place to rest.
We should go.
Perk my head up grab.
Sorry. In the words of most video games, you cannot rest now. There are monsters nearby.
I will pick up my head from Dawn's lap and look at her to see if she's well enough to travel, and I will gently grab her tunic. And what are you wearing?
I'm wearing very simple clothing in pale grays with a very simple breastplate over top of it.
So I'd probably grab like an end of a tattered shirt and just gently tug for you to get up.
Okay. And I would be like, thank you very much, Thaddeus.
So with the money that we get from this, everyone's getting more armor, right? Because seriously, we're just getting the shit slapped out of us. This is awful.
Did you even get hit?
I was horribly wounded when that fish creature splashed water on me.
When
I'm very small.
You're very impressive. I'm much happier when you're pointing your sword elsewhere.
Sorry about that.
Not your fault. You had red eyes. Obviously not in your own control.
6'5", red eyes.
And I'm a winter through and through, so red eyes are not going to do it for me.
No, it didn't suit
That's
you
true.
at all.
You weren't in your smite mind.
Backpack?
Can you put him in the backpack?
No, God,
You're
no.
too cheery.
You gotta catch me first.
I will
Bless,
take
no.
the lead with the crown on my head, and I will walk towards the exit.
So you do
looking
pick up the
very-
crown. I was
That is
wondering.
no.
It's on his head.
I shimmied underneath it to
Yeah.
put it on my head before I rested my head in Dawn's lap.
Yep.
Okay.
Does something bad happen?
I can picture it, but I think perhaps the amount of difficulty would probably bring somebody over to either help you put it on or take it themselves. Does somebody else wish to take it, or do you wish?
You
to
could
just
probably
place it on
carry it
Thaddeus'
in your
head?
mouth.
Yeah.
No, I'll go. I'll pick it up.
It is
and I'll carry
it is a
Okay,
crown
that's
fit
fine.
for a human head, surprisingly awkward on a wolf's noggin.
Which
Surprisingly,
is so much
no one.
funnier.
No, I absolutely watch him struggle to try to put it on his head for an inappropriate amount of
Okay.
time.
All right, so it is a beautiful, lustrous thing made of gold inlaid with platinum, several large gemstones, including a very large opal right in the front, a nice pearlescent with striations of and flecks of gold within it. It seems to have a luminous quality to it that glows all of its own.
Maybe we should put it in one of our bags instead of just.
You hear me growl a little bit. I have found a new toy, and I am unlikely to let it go until it is time to deliver the goods.
Do you want to play with my immovable rod instead?
That is an effective game of tug and war for a pup.
Yeah, an immovable rod just.
I'd probably lose interest in it after the 30 seconds. This doesn't move at all.
Okay, fine. You can keep it. It's fine.
All right.
I guess
So-
we get out of this ooze-infested place.
All right.
I'm with the pup.
As you begin to move with the crown, you begin to backtrack your steps going down the corridors, going past the room that had the pool of water with the giant eyeball in it, past the room that had the spikes on one wall, and then there was a shift in gravity that tried to push you all into the spikes, past the rain of acid that's proved to be a black pudding that was coming down through a grate, splashing around you until it finally constituted itself into a black pudding.
I gotta tell you, this dungeon has ruined both puddings and jellos for me. Just
I
putting
mean,
it out
to be
there.
fair, this is like the 19th dungeon where we've dealt with mostly oozes.
It's
How
almost
do
like
we
there's
keep
a
getting
theme
these
with
jobs? How do we keep getting these
Yeah.
jobs?
Can we please stipulate a condition in our contract that says payment extra per ooze?
Or we can just make it our theme and like go with our team. Our group name could be the Ooze Cruise.
The Ooze Crew?
Oh,
Yeah. Or Ooze Cruise.
And you all hated Frickfish. I'm just saying.
We'll workshop it.
All right.
As you are traveling
let
with
me-
it, there is a
Hang on, Don. I'll write it down just so I can cross it off.
pulse
Oh, look at that.
of energy that emanates from this opal on this crown, just in the low hum that accompanies it. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
what?
goodness.
Are we all near Win?
Yes, I will allow you all to be near Win, and you may all take her
Okay.
+3 to
Plus
whatever you roll in this con save.
3.
Oh, I thought
Dirty
it was
20.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Ooh, 18.
Alright.
18, good.
15 on my die with my +2 is 17, +3 is a
Very
dirty
nice.
I got 14 with her +3.
14 is a failure.
20. No. fuckers.
Dusk,
I had an 18.
18. Did anybody roll other than... I'm sorry, I don't know if I got everybody. Did anybody roll...
Uh,
oh, there
I
it is.
have
Yeah, I knew.
16.
No, I was missing something. 16. 16 is a success. So, as this pulse of energy rolls out from this thing, everyone looks at it and feels uncomfortable. A brief wave of nausea rolls over you. But for you, Thaddeus Beowulf, you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Oh no.
Oh.
I hate that.
Hate exhaustion.
Can we tell from by you that this happened? Do you
Does
show
make
it?
That like really sad puppy wince and or whine sound.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that once I feel that, I drop the crown and look at it a lot more distrustfully, and then I will pick it back up and bring it to you, Win, to put in your bag.
I use my gloved hand to pick it up and put it in my bag.
As you pick it up with your gloved hand, not making contact with anybody's skin, the luminescent opal on the front of it dims and just looks like a normal, very large and lustrous, but simple opal that is no longer glowing with any sort of inner luminescence.
Let's get rid of this thing immediately. It hurt our dog.
He's a wolf.
Hate it.
But he's our dog.
He's
He's the
baloney.
good boy. Yeah, my baloney has a first name.
As you continue down these
Hearing
very
baloney-
dangerous corridors with Jack singing,
About
I'm not
Yeah.
growling at that name, which shows you how much the crown has affected me. Like normally when I hear you say baloney, I get really like grumpy and angry, but now you just hear like labored breathing and whining, and you know something is
Oh,
wrong.
I hate it.
Dawn would walk next to you and just like have a hand on you as we walk, just trying to comfort you.
as you make your way back up the stairs past the sarcophagi and the statues, you come to the room with a lot of bodies, people who are trying to make their way out of this area but having failed, and your rope still dangling down from the skylight above. And one by one, you make your way back out of this catacomb and back into the ruins of Castle Never.
Never, never, ever do I ish to
As
return.
you bring the last of you up out of the pit, there is a sound of, they must be here. They must be here. There was a sign. And you see coming around the corner the stately but elderly form of Daggelt Neverember. Regal nose, regal beard, regal clothing. The Lord Protector of Neverwinter. And coming close behind him, you see, dressed in a white robe with a hood, a feminine form who is carrying a large sack of looks like it could be made out of silk or perhaps some other fine cloth. Has a dusty color to it. He comes around the corner and stops and looks at you all and lets out a huge sigh, says, the scepter, it glowed. I hoped it meant that you were successful, and it seems that, well, at the very least you have returned, which is more than can be said for anyone else who ventured down. Were you successful?
We were.
You were.
May I see it?
Wynn reaches into her bag and uses an old, slightly oozy shirt and wraps it up and hands it. I don't suggest touching it.
Oh.
It did something.
Thank you for the warning. He reaches into his belt and pulls out a riding glove and puts it on and takes it from you, Wynn, and looks at it. Oh, magnificent. I came with food, drink, potions of healing, whatever you need.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We need all those
And
things.
a large sack of gold.
Well, I didn't bring the gold with me, but I assure you the treasury is well stocked, and after you have recovered your strength, gold indeed. 1,000 pieces each. Quite fortune.
Thank you. Well, my lord, I'm sure you are no stranger to the fact that this was a most perilous quest. In fact, several of our members here nearly died in the attempt. And so, if there was any way to sort of add on a hazard fee to this, I wouldn't think it would be out of the question.
Please,
Am I wrong? Jack,
please
He
excuse
brought us a
our
bunch
friend.
of healing potions and food. Healing
How
potions
about
aren't
this?
free.
I look forward to hearing the tale of your adventure. Make it as harrowing and exciting as you can, and if I deem it worthy, perhaps there will be hazard pay. But take a moment. Quite safe here. Nothing has ever come up out of the ruins of beneath Castle Never, and we are well protected. This is Maeve.
We shall begin.
He points to the woman. She pulls back her hood. You see a masked face with one darkened eye, as if that eye is a pit of a skull, the eye socket of a skull. So the mask covers her face. You can't see the eye behind it. She has black hair and one strand of white hair that moves across the mask. And she looks forward. She comes forward and she opens up the bag, and you see it is filled with far more than it should be able to carry, with flasks of, you assume, water, perhaps ale. You see a bottle of wine. You see some bread, some fruit, and the telltale signs of healing potions, the bright blood red liquid, somewhat sparkly within. She
Thank you
passes the
very
ball
much.
up.
Wynn grabs the
gonna-
healing potion.
You've always been so
I'm gonna flop.
good at caring for those you're friends with.
Well, I have few friends, many colleagues, many acquaintances, many people with whom I enjoy spending time with as far as getting work done. But friendship, not a commodity I have much of. So, when you accepted, I was worried, but it seems my worries were unfounded.
But it is so nice to return groundside and see a very cared face. Thank you for coming to find us.
Please. As you're having this conversation, Maeve moves to each of you, giving you whatever you wish. Healing potions to win. I'm assuming some sort of large, meaty thing for for Thaddeus.
I actually just flop next to the nearest bowl, and if she puts water in it, you're going to see me just like my head on the ground, just licking at it from the side.
Can I make a stealth
Sure.
check? See if I can just, without anybody else noticing, help the pupper out. Make sure he's a little taken care of. Okay, well that's a 13.
So
on the
what was
die
it you were
there,
planning
so,
to do?
The goal was to either like take some of my healing potion and like very surreptitiously just kind of pour it into his water bowl while like not looking at it. And
Do you
but
pour
I
enough
imagine
for
with
it so that he actually gets the benefit of the healing potion, or do you keep enough? Okay,
Absolutely,
all right.
yeah,
So healing potion, and I guess everybody takes a healing potion. There's healing potions for everybody. Everybody drink a healing potion.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, 2d4 plus
absolutely.
or
Yeah.
2d4
Probably-
plus 2 for anyone.
Yeah.
Probably 2.
I mean, I took 9 points of damage in that fight.
Ooh.
Keep rubbing it in, Jack.
Jack,
Just-
you're going in the backpack.
I know.
I cast air bubble and we put you in a bag of holding.
Not again.
So, you drink your potions, you feel your wounds close, you feel your vitality restored. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for a point of exhaustion, Thaddeus, so you are still exhausted. Daggold, Neverember, looks at the crown and says, do you know how long I've been looking for this? Or, let's be honest, do you know how long I've been sending people to look for this?
No.
Well, a long time.
I mean, if you're being honest, we did run past a lot of their corpses.
Yeah.
So we have a rough time.
Well, there was also the sign-in sheet when we got here.
Of course.
That, yeah.
Yes, some poor, well, I don't know, poor is the right word. Some enterprising god thought it would be interesting to have a book that everyone who entered in signed, and of course your names are there. But now we get to underline them with gold ink, as you have succeeded. I will remember your deeds forever.
Of course. And immortalize them in song, which will get us a higher hazard thing.
I'm glad that we were able to help you for once.
Yes. As you say that, your vision, Dusk, goes a little blurry for a moment, as if you have tears welling up in your eyes, although you don't feel any tears. And,
Can we notice that?
You don't notice anything. You don't see any tears.
Oh,
The way you can see through her eyes. However, the exact same thing happens to you a moment later, and one by one, you all experience this strange cloudiness of vision that comes and then fades.
That was weird.
I'm not feeling.
Dawn, you trying to get into our heads again?
No. What? No. I feel I don't feel good.
Well,
Maybe we should rest. I mean, we've been down there for a bit.
We-
That thing was in some of our heads. It's probably just
yes.
after effects.
no doubt a comfortable rest will do you all well. Maeve is an accomplished healer, though. Perhaps she could take a look at you.
That would be much appreciated.
Yeah, I'm
And-
spent. I can't really do anything for us.
Then
Maeve
let's get
steps
outta here.
forward, and there's a very sorrowful expression on her face. You've never met this woman, but she, despite one half of her face being masked, the other half does look extremely, extremely sad. And she says, "Please come and sit. Let me take a look at you." As you are
Thank you.
moving over to her, the blurriness comes again. It stays a bit longer. And you also feel a little bit of dizziness, a little vertigo. Jack, you're not able to fly. You actually have to.
Yeah, I was going to say I immediately land, which should alarm most of you because I like to stay airborne. Like, walking feels so mortal. Ugh.
Seeing the sadness on her face, I'm gonna just say, maybe when I'm feeling better, we can talk about whatever saddens you. It's good to let go
Maybe.
of the emotions
Maybe.
that burden you.
She sits you down and she puts her hand on your forehead and feels it. And I'm sure you'll be fine. It doesn't seem to be anything particularly dire. Dagalt stands with his back to you all, looking down at the crown, and he says, "I've enjoyed my position as Lord Protector, but even more important, I think, is the work I've been able to do, restoring Neverwinter from its troubles. The people rely on me. I think I would do this job even if I didn't care for it, just to know the good I'm doing. This is the crown of Alangondar. It is the one way that heir to the throne might be found. And it is the last thing that I want." As he says these words, you all realize that it is extremely difficult for you to raise your arms, move your fingers. Everything has gone numb. Your nerves and muscles are not obeying as well as they should. And you all begin to realize that there is something gravely wrong with you.
What's going on?
Hush. Rest. Rest, says Maeve.
This. I don't
Dusk.
feel right. Dawn?
I'm just gonna look at me for a moment and I'm just gonna say, I forgive you. Forgive yourself too.
What are you forgiving her for?
What's happening?
You hear me let out a soft "oh," and it cuts off, and my head hits the stone.
You also see that Jack, being the smallest of you, has succumbed the quickest. He is lying on the ground, facing straight up, his eyes slightly closed. And
I
Not
try
breathing.
to cast lay on hands.
right, you make a motion to reach toward him, and Maeve grabs your arm and holds it and says, "It's all right. It'll be all right." and you try to resist and find that you have no strength.
Oh my god.
I am so sorry. It is the only way.
What are you doing? What is happening?
It'll be all right. You'll see your parents soon.
You're a monster.
You I can't forgive.
I understand. I would love to say that it wasn't personal, but if it's any hope, it was deeply, deeply personal. And I will remember you. But no one will remember this. And he takes the crown and puts it in the bag where the healing potions were, which are now obviously realize are poison.
We are worth more than this sacrifice.
He looks at you and nods. I would think that too in your shoes, but hush now.
I'm gonna hold Dawn gently.
Reach out and squeeze her hand back.
As the details of the room become more and more dim, darkness finds you, washes over you like a curtain. You feel cold. You feel your heart slowing. And you feel death snuff out your light. All you see before you is blackness. But as that thought crystallizes in your mind, you realize that if you are present enough to realize that all you are seeing is black, there must be some part of you that is still aware that it is nothing to see. And despite yourself, you strain to see any light at all. Some spark, something, some feature that can give you a sense of where you are in this vast expanse of utter darkness. And after a moment, you do indeed see, very faint, in the far distance, a light. You see it small, just a speck, a pinprick at first, and it grows. It has a vibrancy that you hunger for, as if everything that you have lost in dying is encompassed in this little mote of light. As it gets larger and larger, it appears to be almost a liquidy, golden mass that comes and envelops you. It takes up your entire vision, banishing the blackness completely. And now, in addition to this light, you feel yourself falling from an impossible height, but falling nonetheless. You are this droplet of light, plummeting from the sky down, down, down until you impact on the ground. As the light glows, releasing you, you find yourself in a strange place that you have never seen before. All around you is plains and plains of golden wheat. As far as the eye can see, golden wheat interspersed with a strange grass that seems to have a gray ashen quality to it. Lying on the ground, looking up, you see above you a massive purple vortex, a maelstrom of some sort that is spinning in the sky, emitting crackles of lightning that make no sound. There is just this silent maelstrom, the silent chaos of purple energy. But you have form, you have thought. You are alive, but there is something missing. Something that you've lost, a vitality that is very difficult to put your fingers on. And as you think about that, you look at your fingers, they are somewhat numb. But you take a breath and exhale it. And you look around and see, plummeting to the ground around you, more of these golden drops of light. And as the light dissipates where the drops were, now you see your companions. And one that you don't recognize. There is something familiar about it. But there is a figure that, where you would expect to see your wolf companion, you now see somebody else. Would you be so kind as to describe what they see, Samus?
I am an average height human male with jet black hair that cascades down my head and a goatee, a tightly cropped beard, and a black beard and a mustache that flares out a little bit. As I begin to take sense of the fact that I am no longer a wolf, I immediately reach for my breast pocket and withdraw from a pocket a little pair of glasses that I alight on my nose. And you see me lift my hand and I scratch my forehead, kind of like I would with a paw. And I look to all of you and say, well, he wasn't very fucking trustworthy, was he?
Can't
Who the hell are you?
believe he did that.
My name is Niall. You knew me as Thaddeus.
Baloney?
Jack, use that name one more time and I will rip your wings from your back.
It's pronounced Jake.
Actually, Uck.
Yuck.
Are we?
We're dead, aren't we?
Well, no.
I assumed it
can-
would
how-
feel more final.
I mean, I feel myself. I'm breathing. I see you
Are
all.
we breathing?
It can't be dead.
I
While
can't-
I'll go ahead.
while everyone is discussing and interested in Niall and all of that, Wynn has looked away and scanning the horizon and starts to wander as if looking for something that is not you guys.
As you
And it's not
scan the
moved.
horizon, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Coming in.
DM, do the rest of us still look like us? Do we?
You do. You,
Huh.
as far as you can tell.
Do you mind?
More on that later, but at the moment, you feel you are who you are. You are wearing what you were wearing when you died, when you succumbed to whatever that draft was that you trustingly drank.
Do we?
Perception 7.
7. All right. So you scan the horizon, looking off, seeing nothing but this wheat, this golden wheat, and this strange ashen grass as far as you can see. The horizon completely covered by it. You can see a couple rolling hills. That's not just a flat plain. There's some feature to it, but it's just alone with your companions. This is all you can see. All directions.
Make an investigation check on the wheat and the grass to see if it's anything I recognize or if I can sense the nature of it.
All right, make an investigation check, please.
Oh,
Would it be an advantage because it's ingrained?
Now it's a
keep pushing me, Ryan. Just keep doing it. Just poking.
Somehow, Ak is killed again.
23.
and he lands in a different field of wheat.
Exactly,
Like,
completely different.
It's just like 100 meters over there, though.
Exactly. 23. The grass is covered with ash. That is why it is gray. And as you look around, you see floating in the sky every now and then a flake of ash comes falling down almost like snow.
Seeing Wynn kind of looking around, Dawn trying to find something, Dawn is going to just kind of send out a tendril and use my empathic awareness, because I just feel like this might not be the same emotion I usually pick up from her.
So what emotion are you feeling, Wynn?
So she has to roll a deception check against my insight. And I only get to know if she fails or if she gets less than me. And I rolled pretty low for me, so 17.
Oh, tie.
A tie.
Well, if it's any, like, I don't think she would be spending any energy trying to hide it, if that helps break the tie.
So perhaps you feel the query, the familiar sense of Dawn probing your emotions, and part of your mind says you should really keep her out, but you're too distracted by something. And so we'll say that little bit of extra allows her to push over and beat your 17 if you want.
Yeah, I think she just she like feels it and she's like just brushes aside, don't care.
Okay.
What emotion do I pick up this time?
So instead of just the overall, like, almost white noise that you usually get of grief, there's like this spike of hope, but it's panicky.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I would like to walk over to Dawn.
Before you do that, there was a request for something from Jack.
Yeah, I would like to make a perception check on Wynn's behalf.
Go ahead, make a perception check. So you're checking Wynn, or are you looking for what she's looking for? Got it.
I think I know what she's looking for.
Got it.
So that is going to be a 19.
All right. As you search and look around, you don't see a sign of what Wynn might be looking for. However, you do see a figure moving through the wheat and grass, wearing a cloak, wide-brimmed hat, carrying a staff of gnarled wood, has a hand out and is sort of moving along, feeling the wheat and grass as he moves definitely towards you. Far distant, though, about 200 yards away still, but definitely making his way towards you. I want to stress, as you look around here, this is unlike any place you've ever seen or heard of. It's not an elemental plane. It's not the Feywild. It's not the Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm.
It is...
And certainly not
surreal.
what we would have expected from the afterlife.
No.
Well, perhaps not.
I mean, I'm gonna, if I had the ability to take to the air and sort of bring myself to Wynn's shoulders, and sort of say, there's a creature, seems to be human-ish, that direction, and then very softly, just so that no one else can hear but Wynn, I'll just be like, I don't see any children.
She might not be a child anymore. and she is looking for whatever he said he saw.
As Jack brings your attention to this individual, you do see it. And enough of you now are aware that there is someone coming that you all see. This figure moving slowly towards you. Taking measured, purposeful steps, feeling the weight as he moves towards you. There's something strange about him. Seems very thin.
Hail and well met, friend.
Stops, looks up. As he does, you could see that there is the empty eye sockets and the large hole and the permanent grin of a skeleton staring at you. Wide-brimmed hat, long overcoat, staff. Raises a hand, and as he does, the cloak falls away, and you can see it is skeletal as well. Raises a hand, waves it to you. Indeed, hail and well met. I have a rather macabre appearance, but I assure you I have nothing but your best interests in mind. I hope I am not alarming anyone.
The hand that I had reached back to grab my whip, which I imagine is affixed to my back, I hope, it retreats from that position, and I hold it cautiously.
All right.
No more than having seemingly to have recently died is alarming us.
Oh, I see. That is a far more lucid response as to your circumstance than I usually receive. I'll walk a bit closer so I don't have to yell, if you don't mind. Takes a few more steps through the wheat, leaving. You can see a trail where he's come, where he's disturbed the ash on the grass as he comes forward. And as he approaches and gets close to him, you can see he is indeed a skeleton wearing clothing.
Dusk, is this something you're familiar with?
No.
My name is Johann Marrow, and I do appreciate the irony. Go ahead and think up and make as many jokes as you please.
Oh, please
No,
don't
no.
encourage him
Don't,
to do that.
Jack.
No, enough.
I think we all agree we found that pretty humorous, so no bones to pick here.
Yeah, get him out of your system. Come on now.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Dawn.
I assure you, Dawn. My pleasure is all mine.
Asher, there's ash everywhere.
There is indeed ash everywhere. Let me see here. Dawn, and your name, miss? Looks to you, Dusk.
I am Dusk.
Pleasure. Sir, looks towards you, Niall.
My name is Niall Phelan Caldwell.
A great pleasure, sir.
It's funny because we gave you 3 names as a wolf, and you're using 3 names now.
Yes, it's hilarious. Excuse me, sir. What are you?
One moment. Introductions are not concluded. Ma'am, looks towards you, Wynn.
And instead of responding, she says, "Is there anyone else here?"
Many questions to be expected.
Her name is Wynn.
I see. And yours?
Yuck, Lord of the Labyrinth, King of the Goblins, formerly.
My goodness. As you open up your mouth to say your name, you are compelled to give your true name.
Bastard. Francis
wrong?
Meyer.
I see. Well, now, as I said, my name is Johann, and as to your question, are there other people here? Well, yes and no.
Where are they?
How did you just do that?
Shut up, Jock.
Nope.
Where are they?
if I may be permitted to continue, there is information that you need, but as I gather, you are already aware that you are no longer alive. I am what is called a shepherd, and it is my job and my privilege to greet new souls as they arrive and help them acclimate to this place. And, well, I must admit, it usually comes as a shock to most people to learn that they're dead, but you all seem to be aware of it.
The person who's responsible was monologuing about killing us as it
Oh.
happened.
I
Um,
see.
Thankfully, some of us died before he got too far into the monologue, but also
So it was
still pretty
pretty-
pissed about it.
we weren't sure until all of a sudden it became very clear what was happening.
I understand. Well, it is, as I said, my duty and my privilege to guide you and to help you learn the ways and the nature of this place. It is known as the Sunless Crossing, and I bid you welcome.
But
That will be where we end
are
our
we dead?
session for
Oh.
tonight. As indeed you all have died.
Like, died.
That bastard.
Died.
No death saving
Well,
rolls.
A
Died.
TPK,
Yeah, hold on,
as
yeah.
it were,
That
is.
Fucker.
And I would like to welcome you now officially to the Black Ballad, which is the campaign that begins when your campaign ends. As we will be exploring the nature of this place, the nature of life and death, and the adventures, the misadventures, and the perils that can be found here. This is published by Storytellers Forge. It is a campaign setting complete with history, NPCs, incredibly well laid out, and I love it very much. I am so excited to share it with you all. Again, much thanks to Storytellers Forge for sponsoring this stream, which it should now make sense to you all why Storytellers Forge is sponsoring this stream. We are going to be playing The Black Ballad for the next several sessions. Those of you watching, please come and join us again. We will be doing a few of these over the next several weeks. You can find a lot of information about Storytellers Forge, what they are about, what they have as far as their publishing, things that they have published, things they have in the works at Discord, on their Discord server. And once again, a shout out to Dia Morte, who have provided the music that they wrote specifically to accompany this campaign. Wow. Many of the tracks that you heard tonight are by Dia Morte. And indeed, as we continue to play, you will hear more of their music. Fantastic band that has really knocked it out of the park on this one, in my opinion. Again, please find Echoes of Kryn at echoesofkryn.com. That is the podcast, the actual play podcast that I DM and that Samus plays in. If you are a fan of Shakespeare and in the Ohio area, you should definitely, in fact, even if you're not a fan of Shakespeare, I dare say if you go check out Othello at ohioshakespeare.com,
That's us.
if you get tickets, they will make a fan out of you. What is the word? No, don't read Shakespeare.
Don't read Shakespeare is our tagline because
right.
you're supposed to see it live.
Indeed. And what is it that people say about your Etsy shop? Buckle and Rose, right?
Well, the Buckle and Rose, where you wear your fiction. Indeed.
Some incredible leather products. I don't have my bracers on tonight. I will for our next time. There we see a fantastic
Nice.
D&D ampersand bracer from Buckle and Rose. There's a game called World of Tanks that Soku is working on. When can we expect that, Soku?
Oh, it's a
It's
live
live now.
game. Yeah.
Just tweaking it? Troubleshooting it?
Yeah, it's a live service game, so it's always just existing and getting updated, and you can play on your PC, on consoles. Check out the consoles though. That's what I specifically work on.
There you
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
And Jesse.
And I'm here too.
And Jesse's here too. Fantastic. And for those of you who if you enjoyed what I do, come and find me on Discord. Medium Rare, I should say. That is my Discord handle, all one word. I'd love to see you. Say hello, and I will say hello back, because that's what people do. We live in a society.
And you can never have enough D&D.
That's right. All right, everybody,
That's-
say goodbye, and see you next time.
Bye.
I can't believe we died.
I know.
Right?
What
Yeah.
a dick.
It wasn't me. It was the story.
Mhm.
I was talking about Neverember.
Don't
That is
blame
a
the
beautiful
sponsors.
book.
It's so good. Bye, all.
Can any truly explain to me what it means to be divine? These caterwauling holy servants have no better understanding of divinity or where their supposed power comes from than the very gods they worship themselves. Warlocks strike their deals directly with patrons. Wizards spend decades mastering their craft. Sorcerers are lucky enough to be born with it. A fighter wears their battle scars proudly to prove their mastery. Yet clerics only need pray to fall in line, recite the dogma, and raise the symbol of their god. A god who, in turn, parcels out the power of their self-proclaimed domain. My place in this drama is merely to highlight the problem, but the solution, the choice to act, must be someone else's. Perhaps it is you who will lead the divine orchestra to crescendo, or maybe you will simply sit idly by listening to the melody of a cosmos destroying itself. Either way, you will participate, willingly or not. Welcome to the Black Ballad.